Okay, we're looking at simplifying algebraic fractions here. Now, as soon as you see something that can be factorised, try and factorise it would be my guess. So I'm looking at this here will factorise. Oops, I've made that a bit small. There we go, and that's going to be x. Okay, and the bottom of that is also factorisable, plus 1. It's the difference of two squares, isn't it? It's one you need to recognise if you don't already. So we get this, and we get plus 2. There we go. Now, that will cancel. So the first one I can rewrite as that. Alright, so now I've got a question of, and is this 3x plus 2, x plus 1, minus 1 over x brackets x plus 1. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now get them all over a common denominator, so that's going to be x brackets x plus 1. So I need to multiply this over here, okay, through by x. Alright, so we're going to get 3x squared plus 2x minus 1. Right, now that looks like that will factorise as well. Okay, so I'm going to factorise this, and we get 3x minus 1 x plus 1. Well, would you look at that? Right, x brackets x plus 1. Right, and again I can do some cancelling, and that's what I'm left with, 3x minus 1 over x. Okay, pretty straightforward, I would say. Now, similar sort of thing with this number 2 here. Okay, just oh, sorry, didn't do that very well. Just be aware of this notation. All that's saying is just saying f of x equals, essentially. Now it says x has got to be greater than 1. Okay, that is referring essentially to this here. It can't be 1. Because then you get 0 on as the denominator, and we can't have that, can we? Now then, I'm just going to rub those bits out just in case they confuse anyone, especially me, easily confusable. Here we go. Now, again, I'm going to look to factorise where I can. So we've got x plus 2, x minus 1. Okay, now we've got this here, x plus 2. So all I've got to do is put over a common denominator now, so which is x plus 2, x minus 1. Okay, the first fraction is already over that. I've got to multiply this one by x minus 1. Multiply out and simplify and stuff. Okay, I end up with this sort of thing. Hold on, what was it? It was 2x, that was it. I get 2x plus 4 over x plus 2, x minus 1. Now the top will factorise to 2 brackets x plus 2, so I end up with this. Okay, and that's what we're after. Now, in order to, and I'll do this in green, I think, in order to find the inverse, okay, what I always say is just make x the subject of this. Alright, so we're going to have xy minus y equals 2. I have to go up here, otherwise I'll run out of room. So xy equals 2 plus y. Right, so x equals, where are we, 2 plus y over y, and then swap back in, so f to the minus 1 of x is going to be 2 plus x over x. Alright, so finding the inverse, f to the minus 1 is finding the inverse, just make x a subject, and yeah, pretty straightforward really. It's essentially GCSE knowledge, right? But in a slightly more horrible looking sort of context.